Hey y'all, it's your girl Symone and welcome back to my channel. If y'all can see by the title, today is another story time. But before we get into this video, y'all already know what to do. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, give your girl a thumbs up, comment down below, and don't forget to follow me on all my social medias, which is Vivalayoshii on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at LifeWithSymone. It's in my description box. Y'all, I just want to say, if you see on my Instagram, I don't know, not my Instagram, on YouTube comments, I don't know why YouTube, they worried about us cussing, but they not worried about getting rid of these bot pages. So if you see anybody in the comments saying text me, direct me on Telegram, I don't have a Telegram, y'all. I don't. That's not me. I'm not having no secret giveaway. It's not me. They doing it on everybody thing. It's not me. Don't fall for the scam. It ain't me. They ain't got nothing to do with me. It's not me. This like I don't know how many times I gotta tell y'all, but don't. But before, oh yeah, not before, I already said that. So let's get into this story, y'all. So this story is crazy because I'm the type of person that I don't like to delete stuff. Like, I don't like to delete memories. If I have memories with somebody, even if we stop talking or something like that, I don't know, I just later on in life want to look at them. I don't keep them in my phone, but I'll always email them to myself. So I was going through my emails to just look at like old stuff, like see what's in there. And I came across this and it made me think about this story. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna tell this story. And plus also because never mind. Okay, I'm gonna tell this story. So y'all, this story took place around the time when I was breaking up, one of the times when I was breaking up with Crazy. Y'all, for some reason, every time we broke up, I don't know why, at that stage back then, now I'm at the stage where it's like I would rather, you know, take the time for myself and stuff like that. But back then, I ain't gonna lie, 21, 20 years old, early 20s, I felt like the only way to get over a person was to get under a new one. I don't know. I really felt like that. I heard it on one TV show and I ran with it. I didn't know. So I really felt like that. So every time me and him would break up, I would try to find somebody else to take my mind off him. So yeah, this wasn't the time. Because y'all remember when we me and him first broke up, that was 2016. And I was talking to the booty man and then I ended up getting back with him and he went to jail. Yeah, this was in 2017 when we ended up eventually breaking up for good. But between that time, we did have some little breakups. So this was one of them times. So me and him was broken up and I was on Instagram, y'all. And I felt like I needed to find some new people, y'all. What's the best way to find people? This girl, this girl, she was doing, I don't know, like, I wasn't just finna go, like, try to like up people pictures and nothing like that. But I was just like, okay, let me just, play this. Like, that's when people was doing shout out for shout outs a lot. So this girl, she was doing a shout out for shout out. Like she was like real known and popular and stuff like that. She had like a lot of male friends and stuff like that. Like I would see just based off her Instagram or like parties or stuff that she'll do, like, you know, posts and stuff. So when she was doing shout out for shout out, I'm like, oh, okay, she be with some like cool looking people. So I was like, oh, I want to do the shout out for shout out with you. So she was like, all right, send me a picture. So I sent her my picture. So I sent her a picture, y'all. I was so thirsty. I sent her a picture that wasn't even on my Instagram. Like I sent her a picture that was like a picture that I probably done sent to my man, but not like not like thirst trap picture, but like it was just a picture I didn't have on my gram. So I sent it to her. I was like, all right, she sent me her picture. We do the shout out for shout out. So I did get some followers from her. I had got like a cool amount of people, but the people I was getting, and they was like sliding my DM, it wasn't people that I was just like really interested or wanted to look at. Like it was just like and it was all on like BS already from jump. I don't know what I expected to find, but they was all like sliding my DM like, smoke, let me pull up on you, pull up, where you at, like just saying stuff like that. And it's like, dang, hello, hi, how are you? Like, you know, they would just really be hitting me with the pull up, smoke, all this, like just to be like, dang. So I wasn't replying to them or whatever. I was just like, whatever, I guess, over it. So I'm on Instagram and some time go by and this one boy come follow me, which he clearly came from her because I seen we had mutual friend was her. So he had came and followed me and he came and he liked up a whole bunch of pictures. Y'all, I was looking at his Instagram and he was fine, okay? He looked good. So I was like, okay. So when he liked up my pictures, I went and returned the favor. I went and liked up a whole bunch of his pictures. At this point, we playing the liking game. But y'all, he didn't have a lot of pictures. So I had to unlike and like again. Like, I don't know. I just didn't want to be the first one to shoot my shot. Because what if he would have been like, girl, I don't like you. I just think these pictures is cute. You know, I don't know. I be afraid of rejection. So I just don't shoot my shot at people. So he liking my pictures. I had a lot for him to like because I got a lot of pictures on my Instagram. So eventually he ended up sliding my DMs and he was like, I see you liking on my pictures. Like, you can't speak, LOL. So I'm just like, oh, hey, like, you know, obviously it's obvious what we're doing. So I'm like, oh, hey, like, you know, he's just like, oh, like, hey, what's your name? My name is, we're going to name him DJ. We just going to name him DJ, y'all. So I'm like, oh, nice to meet you, DJ. I'm Symone. He's like, oh, okay, nice to meet you. Da da da. We're just talking. We having a cool little conversation in DMs, and he was just like asking me like questions like, do I have kids, stuff like that. I'm like, no, you, because a lot of people used to think my little sisters was my kids, and it'd be crazy because when I do my little Q&As, it'd be people that be like, why you don't post your kids? Them are not my kids. Y'all, they my kids, but they my sibling kids. Not my sibling kids because they're my mama kids, but y'all know, like, you think your siblings is your kids, that's how they're my kids. They not my real kids, y'all. Anyway, so he was asking me like, is it my kids? Is it my kids? I'm like, nah. You know, I'm asking him, he like, he don't got no kids, da da da. So he asked me how old I was, and I was like, oh, I'm 21. So he was like, 21. Can you? No, I'm just kidding. He said that. But y'all, he was like, 21. Okay, that's cool. He was like, okay, you a grown woman. So when he said that, I'm like, you, like, he gotta be way younger than me or something, because ain't no way. Ain't no way. So I'm like, why? Because if you my age, why would you call me a grown woman? So I'm like, wait, hold on. So I wrote back to him like, wait, how old are you? He took so long to reply, y'all. I'm trying to look through his pictures, look through tag photos, look through stuff like, how old is this boy? Because at this point, I'm about to stop DMing you, because no. I'm like trying to look. He takes so long to reply. Finally, he probably replied like an hour or two later and was like, my bad, I was at work, but I'm 19. So I'm like, okay, 19, that's not too bad, all right, whatever. So he was just like, okay. I'm like, okay, you young, you a baby. He was like, yeah, but I'm a grown man, LOL. So I'm just thinking like, okay, like that's cool or whatever. So after that, me and him, we was DMing back and forth for like 2 days. He was cool. Like, he could keep a conversation going. Like, we just talking through DMs. So finally, he asked me if he could have my number. I usually don't like giving my number out because, y'all, people will unexpectedly call you. Like, why do you think you could just call me because you got my number? Like, you don't ask first. But anyway, so but with him it was different. Like, we was actually having a good conversation through DM. He wasn't like being sexual, because, you know, a lot of times like you'll be having a conversation with a guy and it'll be like, oh, you're real cool, and the next thing you know, it'd be like, can I lick your toes? And it'd be like, why'd you say that? So it's like, he was real cool. Like, it wasn't like that. So I gave him my number. Like, I'm like, okay, you could keep a conversation going, like, you can have my number. So I gave him my number. We was texting. We texting back and forth, and we was texting all day, like all day straight. So later on that day, he texted me and was like, can I call you? Like, I want to hear your voice. Like, I want to talk to you on the phone. So I'm just like, he asked to call. Like, he asked for permission, even though if he would have called, it would have been okay. Because it's the crazy thing about it is like, if I like you and you randomly call me, it's okay. But if I don't like you like that and you randomly call me, it's annoying. Like, y'all know what I mean. It's like, certain things is okay when certain people do it, but if certain people do it, be like, why would you do that? So if he would have called me, it would have probably been cool, because it's like, we've been talking, he was straight. But yeah, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, you could call me or whatever. So he like, all right, when I get home, I'll text you again to see if you up, and then I'll call you. So I'm like, all right, cool. So y'all, he called me, we talk on the phone. When I say conversation was fire, like, the whole conversation was going. It wasn't like we was just quiet on the phone, because y'all, like, I could keep a conversation with people, but you got to keep your end of the conversation too. I don't like to feel like I'm forcing a conversation, and oh, I got to tell y'all a date about somebody like that. But I don't want to feel like I'm forcing a conversation with you, or if I'm the only one. Like, you know, some people be shy, but it's like, at least get something out. You know, I don't want to feel like I'm the only one talking, because I could talk a lot, but I want to talk to you. I don't want to talk to myself, because I could hang up and talk to the wall. So he, like, we talking, it was going back and forth. We talking like we've been knowing each other for so long. He telling me about his day, like, he telling me about his job, all this other stuff. Like, he just real cool. Everything is cool. I'm like, oh my God, like, he's just cool. Y'all, mind you, I do want to put this out there because it's gonna come up in the story. So mind y'all, on his page, I could see, y'all, that's back then when I loved me a gangbanger. But now I'm just like over that. But I could see on his page that he was a gang member. You know, he put K's and stuff. And I got receipts for this story, so y'all see. But he put K's, and then like, he was big gang banging on his Instagram. But, you know, like, when we was talking, he wasn't doing too much. Like, he would talk about like, oh, I went to the hood today. But, you know, but how he would talk is like, he would tell me like, oh, yeah, I went to the hood today, but I don't really be over there because I'm not one of them people that just post up in the hood. Like, I gotta go get money, so I go to work, I do this, da-da-da-da. I'm in college, I go to school. Like, you know, he just made it seem like he was doing something different, y'all. But anyway, so yeah, so we just talking on the phone. We talking about so much, and it's not like the whole phone conversation he telling me like, you know who got put off today? Oh, you should have been at the put on. Like, you know, we was talking. It was just like, good. We getting to know each other, right? And me, one thing about me, especially younger me, now, no, but I don't know, let me stop lying. One thing about younger me is I'm gonna fall for you quick, like this. So already from our DM conversations and text messages from throughout the day, I already felt like, y'all, I don't know. You might have to be my little thing. But y'all, I was already kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I was already feeling him. So we talking. Y'all, time go by. Let's say it's probably like a week go by. Me and him been talking every single day. He be good morning baby and me, this, that, and the third. And I'm gonna show y'all one of our messages. Because I know y'all probably like, why do you still have this message, y'all? It's because the message was so good that I screenshot it and sent it to my sister. And then I never delete text threads. Let me get on that when I go there. Okay, whatever. So we talking, he, you know, everything is cool. So he, like, I forgot what day it was. I think it was like a Friday or Saturday was coming up. No, Monday. Yep, it was a Monday. And only how I remember is for a certain reason. So it was a Monday and he asked me like, what was I doing that day? And I was like, oh, I'm going to my stepdad's hood day. Y'all, I know y'all probably think like, girl, you in these hood days. But y'all, like, his hood day be different. Because it's like, of course, my stepdad, so he's older. And all his friends are older. So it'd be like kind of like a family reunion type vibes with gang colors from time to time. You know, like, with a blood here and there, you know, but it'd be more like a family reunion. It'd be like everybody there, older people, it's no drama. It'd be food, music, like kids. It'd be they'd be real cool. Like it'd be like family reunion. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to my stepdad hood day, like with my mom and my little sisters and stuff. So he like so not me going to a hood day with my little sisters, but y'all, so anyway, so he like, oh, okay, that's cool, like what hood is he from? So he like, wait, like he knew what hood day was that day. So he's like, oh, he from da 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 da. So I'm like, oh yeah. So he like, oh, like that's cool, that's crazy. Like the homies was just saying, like, because we know some people that's from there, they was saying, because do you know, he asked me, do I know this one boy from there? But I don't know people from there. Like only people I would kind of know familiar face or names is like people that's my stepdad age, because it's like them his friends, like, you know. So he said some young person, he was like, yeah, he's having a video shoot. He told us he's doing a video shoot at his hood day today, like, you know, so we might end up going up there. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, but I don't know, because I gotta work, I'm doing overtime today, so I don't know, I'll see. So I'm like, all right, well, like, let me know, that's where I'm gonna be at, y'all. And when I tell y'all, Crazy was so mad. Like he was telling me, because he had already knew, I was telling him like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to my stepdad hood day. Mind y'all, me and him is like, it was complicated. Mind y'all, with me and him, it was complicated. It was like we was together, but we wasn't together. That's when a lot of time, like around that time when I was telling y'all like about the bimbo situation, this one, it was like he was really playing the back and forth game with us. And it was like, at this point, like we not together, but like he was on some weird stuff. Like he used to just pop up at my house and stuff like that. It was, like I said, real complicated, hard to get rid of. So anyway, yeah. So when I told him I was going, he was telling me, and I really, really wanted to shake him now, especially since I've been talking to DJ, whatever his name is. Since I've been talking to DJ, I really did want to shake Crazy, because I'm like, oh, I kind of like DJ. Like, I want to pursue him, y'all. I know, and that's horrible, y'all, to be trying to get out of one relationship that you ain't healed from and hop into another one. But that's how I got, that's literally how I got over Crazy. I hopped in another relationship, but we're going to talk about that another time. And then y'all seen I was... yeah, but anyway, we're gonna talk about that a whole different time. So anyway, yeah, so he was mad, and I really didn't care. He was like, if you go, like, I'm not talking to you, you a rat, da 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 da, you just trying to be around ninjas, da 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 da. He was just talking so much stuff, which I really didn't care. Like, I honestly did not care, and I wanted to make him mad. So when I went, what I do, it was guys that was like the kids and stuff in the back part, like at a park and playing and stuff. I didn't put the kids on there because I didn't tell him it was like a family like type thing. My little sister's gonna be there. No, I didn't put the kids on there. I went to where they was shooting dice at with rags around their neck and money on the floor, and that's what I recorded. That's what I put on my story. So he was so mad. Like, was it stories? I think so. I don't know. If not, if on my page, I put it somewhere. Yeah, so anyway, oh, my Snapchat. Yeah, I don't know, shit. Somewhere, wherever the beep. So yeah, he was so mad. Like, he was mad. So he was like, oh, I'm not talking to you. Like, you're weird, da 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 da. Which I didn't care, because mind y'all, like I said, remember DJ said that he might come up there. So I'm like, oh, this might be my first time seeing him. So mind y'all, me and DJ talking for like a week now. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, if you mad at me, that mean you ain't gonna be on my head pressing me, talking about, oh, you finna pull up at my house, because I might be chilling with DJ. Y'all know, you see, I had to throw him off. I knew he'd be mad if I posted that. So I posted that. So yeah, he was like, oh, I'm blocking you. And I'm just like, peace out. So yeah, so I'm there, I'm just getting drunk, I'm eating, I'm having a good time, like it's just cool or whatever, like it's cool. So next thing you know, DJ ended up hitting me up, and he was all like, oh, yeah, the homie is already up there. They doing a video, huh? I was like, yeah, they doing it. He was like, yeah, I didn't get off until late. He was all like, but what are you doing later? I want to see you. So I'm like, oh, okay, like, yeah, we could kick it if you want to. He was like, okay, cool. He was like, what time are you leaving from there? Like, do you want to go grab something to eat right now? Mind y'all, it's like later in the day. So I'm like, I'm with my parents. So whenever they done here and they gonna drop me back off at home because they picked me up. So he was like, oh, okay, like, dang, I wanted to see you right now. That's probably gonna be later, huh? I'm like, yeah, that's probably gonna be way later. Like, they drinking, they just having a good time and stuff. So he like, how about, so he's like, how about I come pick you up or whatever? So I'm like, all right, yeah, you could come pick me up. So he comes, he picked me up or whatever. I told him I'm leaving. I end up hopping in the car with him, right? So we in the car and he was asking me like if I was hungry. So I'm like, no, I'm not hungry because I had already ate at the hood day. So he was like, oh, okay, since you're not hungry, do you want to just go chill at my house? Like, you want to kick it at my house or you want to go to your house? So I'm like, no, we could go to your house, y'all. Mind you, because like I said, me and Crazy was not on the best of terms. Like, even though he had blocked me that day, he was still weird. Like, he would still drive past my house. He would still pop up at my house. He would still do weird stuff like that. Like, if I had somebody pick me up from my house, he would be able to tell me, and it would be so weird because it's like, bro, did you put a camera outside? Because how are you just outside damn near 24/7, it seemed like. But like, even one time he followed my sister to work, y'all. He followed her to work because she was driving her boyfriend car that day, and he didn't see her get in the car. He just seen the car pull off from in front, not even in the driveway, in front of the house, and he followed the car. It had tents, so he couldn't see who was in it. He followed it and called me like, oh, I feel so stupid. I just followed your sister to work because I thought it was a Nick. Why were you following somebody from in front of my house? Like, how you even know that person was for me? Like, y'all, like, when I said it used to be stressful, it used to be so stressful. So I'm like, we could go to your house or whatever. So he like, all right, cool. Like, I just want to make you feel comfortable. I didn't know if you was like cool with going over there. So I'm like, yeah, it's cool. We go to your house. Y'all, the whole way to his house, mind y'all, like I said, we talking because I said we could keep a cool conversation. But like I said, he would tell me like if he went to his hood or whatever, but he wouldn't just stay on gangbang and stuff all day. In the car, he was a whole different person. Probably because I mentioned hood day to him. He probably was like, oh, you go to hood days? All right, let me turn it up a notch. Let me be me. Y'all, so we in the car. Next thing you know, he like, hey, you see that car right there? Like, am I tripping or they been driving the same direction for a little bit? So I'm like, oh yeah, they did get off the freeway like when we got off and they been driving this way. He like, oh, okay, yeah, we need to watch that car. We need to watch that car because I don't know who that is. That's probably the blanks, like this saying another hood, but like this and it. And I'm like, yeah, at this point I'm like, oh, this is what I remember. One thing about it, I don't like being in cars with like hood people, and I didn't know like how his status, like, you know, I see his Instagram, he big posting, but I don't know if he's a known person, like gang member or nothing like that. So I'm like, when he said that, it kind of brought me back to reality, like, ooh, okay. Yeah. So he like, yeah, I'm not tripping because I'm gonna protect this baby. You ain't got nothing to worry about. He like showed the thing. Like, he showed that thing. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's good to know. But still, I don't want to be in that type of situation. But I didn't say that. I'm just like thinking to myself. So he like, yeah, watch that car. So I'm like, when they end up getting like on the side, I'm like, oh, they getting over. Like, they about to get over. So I'm panicking because I'm like, what if that car is that person? So they getting over and they pull. And I'm like, they getting over. They about to go like, we on the side of us and we come into a red light. So he like, oh, hold on. So he like leaned back and I'm just getting scared because I'm like, what is finna go down? Y'all, they put up and it was just like not even that like in the car. Like when we looked in the car, I'm like, oh. So he like, oh, I thought that was them. I thought I was gonna have to get it cracking, baby. I would have made sure you was good though. And I'm just thinking like, you wouldn't have just drove off. But anyway, so that happened. So we ended up getting to his house. I swear it was like so many cars. He's like, watch that car. Oh, you see that car? Who up in there? Like, do you see that? I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I get it. But it's like, bro, could you put a little pep in your step and let's get to your crib? So anyway, we ended up finally pulling up to his house. And we were sitting in the car for a little bit. And he was like, yeah, we not finna just sit in the car. Like, my neighborhood not bad. But, you know, like, he lived in his hood. Like, his hood park was like around the corner from his house. He like, my neighborhood is not bad, but this still is the hood. Like, so I'm like, yeah, I get it. So we hop out the car or whatever. And he was like, we finna go in the house. You ready to meet the fam? So I'm just like, oh my God, like, y'all. So we go in the house. And when I tell you the whole family was there, they lived there. It was a house full of people. Mind y'all, he told me like when we first got there, he was like, dang, I'm mad. He was like, we're gonna kick it in the living room for a little while, you know. And then, you know, we just kicking it, like, you know. He's like, because my sister do hair and I let her use my room to do her client's hair. He's like, because she sleep in the living room and she didn't want to do it in the living room with everybody, so she's doing it in my room. Which now that I think about, that makes no sense, because it's like, Why she can't just do it in the living room, you know? But hey, I guess. So when we walk in the house, y'all, grandma in there, auntie in there, grandpa in there, mama in there, kids in there, niece and nephew, the sister and the client, they in the room, y'all. Everybody, when I tell y'all so many people in this house, cousins, little brother, little sister, so many people in this house, which I'm not tripping at all, because it's like, okay, cool, like, you know, we just kicking it or whatever. But I don't know why we couldn't go in the backyard or something. But anyway, so or standing in the kitchen. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. But we just kicking it. So we sitting down. We're not even sitting next to each other. I'm sitting on the couch next to the grandma. Yeah, he's sitting on the chair on the other side. And we just talking. You know, they talking. I'm not minded. It's like, it's cool or whatever. They talking. So then he like kind of have like little conversations with me or whatever. And he ended up coming and sitting on the floor by where I was at. So we talking. We just talking. They mind their business. Like the family, it was really just like a hi. They like, hey. Like they was just like if I'm always there and continue to do what they was doing. They was not worried about me. So we sitting there talking, and then he was like, I'm finna go outside and go smoke real quick. And right when I was finna like get up to go walk with him outside, his grandma was like, girl, you ain't gotta go out there if you don't smoke. Like, it's cold outside. It's getting cold outside. Mind you, I had shorts on, and it was the summertime, but it do be getting a little breezy. So she's like, it's getting cold outside. If you don't smoke, you ain't gotta go. Like, you good. You ain't gotta leave. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm about to sit right here because I really didn't want to go outside. So y'all, I'm sitting down. Next thing you know, the little nephew come up to me with a book. He's like, can you read me a story? So I'm like, okay. So I've got the book. He climbs on my lap. I'm like, okay. And I'm just reading the story to him. Y'all, he leaves, go get another book. The little niece, she come up. Now I'm just reading books to the kids. He done came back. DJ done came in the house already. He been in the house probably for like a good 10 minutes. The kids come back with toys and more books. Like, read this one, read this one. I was not minding y'all at all. I love kids, so I did not mind. But it's just to the point I really forgot I was even there for him. It slipped my mind to where he finally came over there and was like, y'all taking all my time. Like, y'all, they know you spending time with me. But he was like laughing, playing, and they was like, DJ, like Uncle DJ. And he's like, nah, this is my girl. You ain't finna take her already. Like, nah, she already read enough books. So I'm like, I don't mind. So he like, nah, but I mind. Come on. So y'all, so by this time when I was already reading the baby a book, the sister and the client done came out. They watching TV. Everybody watching TV. They done put on a movie. They popping popcorn. Y'all, we was really just in the house big thugging. So finally he like, all right, let's go outside or whatever. So we go outside and we just talking. Like, we just laughing, talking. Like, it just really, I don't know. It felt cool. Like, I wasn't tripping or whatever. So we talking. He was like, oh, I'm sorry about that. Like, you know, I'm like, it's good. Like, I don't mind. I'm having a cool time. Mind y'all, like I said, I was just drinking at a hood day. So sitting down and reading a book was helping me get sober because I needed to sobering up. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm cool or whatever. So we talking. He was like, yeah, I really like spending time with you. Like, you're cool. I feel like I've been knowing you for so long. So I'm like, me too. Y'all, you know, as women, sometimes we move too fast. But he was moving as fast as me. So I was like, yo, like everything he like I was feeling, he was feeling. Like, he would be like, yeah, this, that, and the third. We just talking or whatever. So he was all like, oh, let me go ahead and get you home because I know you got to go to work in the morning or whatever. So I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, you could get me home. So my job, at this time, I didn't even have a job. I used to just lie. Like, I ain't even gonna lie. If I didn't have a job or nothing like that, I'm still gonna tell a person I got a job because ain't no man finna think I'm an ain't shit bitch that ain't got nothing to do with her time. Yeah, because it's not like I'm about to be asking for nothing. So it's like, it really don't even matter, you know. And then it's like, if it do come down to a situation where I'm doing bad or something, you can see I ain't got time for you to be like, you broke, no have a job ass bitch. Like, you know, I just don't got time. So I always make it seem like I want to make you never supposed to let somebody know how much time you got on your hands or seem just so available. Like, I always make it seem like you got something going on. Like, I'm be like, I'll go to school, I do this, something. Like, I ain't gonna overdo it, but you know, I ain't gonna let you know at the same time how much time I got in my day. Like, no, I'm not just available. So anyway, he like, yeah, I know you got to get to work. And he's like, I got to go work in the morning too. So we hop in the car, and while we on the way to my house for him to drop me off, y'all, what's his name, had blocked me. But y'all, I ended up hitting him up from a text-free app. I hit crazy up from a text-free app because mind y'all, like I said, he used to sit in front of my house. And this person already riding around with that thing. And I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know if he gonna be outside. I don't know. So I hit him up from a text-free app, and I was just like, what you doing? So he like, oh, now you want to hit me up? You done with your hood day? LOL. I'm in the valley for the night. I'm in the valley. So I was just like, cool, because I'm not really trying to see what you doing. Like, I really could care less. I'm just trying to make sure you ain't nowhere in LA and near my house. So I'm like, he's still texting back or whatever, and I'm just not replying. Like, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. I really didn't care where you was at. So anyway, when we on the way to my house, y'all, tell me why the police ended up getting behind us. They was not pulling us over, but they got behind us. Tell me why this boy DJ gonna have a nerve to say, oh shit, 12 behind us. He was all like, you ever been to jail before? So I was like, no. He was like, you got your license? Like, you got your license? So I'm like, nah, because y'all, at this time, my license was suspended. I was driving on suspended license. So I'm like, nah, my license suspended. He like, damn, I don't got mine either. He like, all right, but you not on probation or parole or anything like that. I'm like, nah. He's like, all right, so you could put, if they pull us over, you could put the burner in your purse because they ain't going to search you because you're not on probation or parole. Just tell them, like, you know, if they try to search your purse, just be like, nah, I'm not on I know my rights. You know, you just let them know that. I'm just thinking like, who the fuck is she talking to? It must be somebody in the trunk because you ain't talking to me because what makes you think that I'm gonna put this in my purse? Like, I love you, but I'm just, y'all were like, after a week, girl, no. But no, so I'm just thinking like, boy, who the fuck? Y'all, no, for real. So I just kind of ignored him when he said that. I didn't reply, like I didn't answer. They didn't end up pulling us over, thank God, because I wasn't finna put that in my purse. That's one thing I'm not finna do. I'm not putting a man's nothing in my purse. I'm sorry. No. I'm not taking a rap for nobody. You even if you was my man, I'm not. I'm sorry. I ain't that ride or die. I'm not, because no, why? So when I'm taking your case, I don't know what's on this gun. When I'm taking your charges, you gonna be no. No. Anyway, so we end up getting to my house. He get out, we give me a hug, and he was just like, yeah, can I give you a kiss? Like, can I kiss you? And I'm just like, like he's asking, he's so sweet. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Like, you know, I kiss him. I know you're probably gonna think like, girl, you kiss people after a week, you gonna get mono. But no, I didn't get mono. And I'm just like, and we kissed. It was just so cute though. Like, it was cute. So anyway, when he leave, we still texting. Like, he texted me, he let me know when he got home, he called me, we fall asleep on the phone together, y'all. It just felt so good. Like, it was just so good, y'all, right? So some days go by, probably like a few days. At this point, y'all, we probably talking for 2 weeks. We was not talking. When I tell y'all, this was very short. The situation was very short, and this is why. So we talking for about 2 weeks, y'all. So we was talking, and I would notice certain stuff that he would post on Instagram that would kind of throw me off and bother me. But like I said, we was talking all the time, and mind you, we haven't seen each other since that first time we seen each other. Like, since that day I went to his house. But we was talk all the time, all day, every day. Like, we was talking. So he would post, like, let me tell y'all about his Instagram post. That was weird. Like, so for one, he had a best friend, a female best friend. He would post her and be like, my woman crush, my best friend is my woman crush Wednesday. That's weird. You know, that's very weird. But his best friend, I would go to her page and she would be booed up with her mans. But I still don't trust. That's weird. Like, it was just too weird. It was weird. And then he would post like just the weirdest stuff. Like, you know, he would post memes, but it would be just very giving thirsty and weird. So I'm like, okay, this is weird, but I can't press you because at the same time, you're not my man. It ain't nothing like that. We just talking or whatever. So one day, I just couldn't help myself. I'm on Instagram, and this boy posted on Instagram, and it was just like a meme, but it was like basically like a meme subbing that he wants to eat some coochie. And I was just like, I felt just so disgusted because, y'all, mind y'all, we talking every day. He calling me baby. He's like this. Watch when I post the messages. I'm going to post it when we get to that part in the story. But, y'all, it was just like, what? Like, you're gross. Mind you, he wasn't really talk sexual to me. Now that I think about it, like, he wouldn't. He would just say a lot of sweet things, like we just could talk. So when I seen that, I'm just like, what the, like, that's weird. So I screenshot it and I sent it to him, and I was just like crying, laughing faces. Like, and he was just like, oh my God, I was subbing you. Like, he was like, I was subbing you, babe, like, LOL. So my dumb self fell for it because I'm thinking like, okay, he don't usually talk to me like this. So maybe he is subbing me. He wanted me to like catch the bait. Like, okay, let me see if I could get at you like that. But then at the same time, I'm like, that's weird because what if it's a girl that reply to your story and be like, oh, come eat mine? Like, I don't know. It was just weird, but I fell for it. So he was all like, but I know like how you would take that. Like, so I was subbing you or whatever. So I'm just like, oh, okay, me dumb and naive. Oh, that's cool. Like, you know, I'm just like, so now we talking or whatever. So he was all like, can I spend the night? Like, can you spend the night with me tonight? So I was like, yeah. He asked me, can I spend that at his house? So I'm just like, oh, okay, like I do want to like spend the night with you or whatever. So he was like, okay, like, yeah, if you want, like I could come spend the night at your house. So I lied, y'all. I lied and told him my sister was like out here. I lied to say my sister was visiting from out here and she's like sleeping in my room and stuff like that. So he was like, oh, okay, well, you could come stay at my house if you want to. Mind you, he could have spent the night at my house. I was gonna say it's not like my grandparents cared, but you know what, at the same time, I never asked. You know, my room was by the back door, so I'll just let people in the house. You know, I know y'all probably like, that's not good. You know, I know. Now I'm older, but when you're younger, you really don't think about stuff like that or care. But anyway, so I was like, no. When he asked me do I want to stay at his house, I'm thinking like, where the hell we gonna sleep? Like, no, it was so many people that live there. Like, bro, you probably really don't even have a room there. Like you said, you probably the one who's sleeping in the living room. And we ain't on that level where I'm gonna be sleeping in the living room with you right now. Like, no. Y'all, so he was like, okay, so I was all like, because he was like saying all this stuff. Mind you, he was saying all this stuff he wants to do to me and stuff. So I said, I didn't just flat out tell him no. I was just like, boy, with all that you trying to do, I said, we need to get a room or something. So he was like, oh, I was thinking that, but I didn't want you to feel disrespected. Like, you wouldn't mind if I got a room? So I'm like, nah, like, you could get a room, y'all, because that's our best bet. And I know it's going to be some people in the comments, because I remember it was people before when I said something about a room. I don't know where y'all from. Y'all probably don't get rooms and stuff like that. I don't know. Because, y'all, that's really a thing out here. When you was young, that's really what people would do all the time is get rooms. Like, let's get a room. I'm going to get a room. It really was a thing. Like, but it's crazy because when I be talking to people from, like, different places and stuff like that, they'd be like, why you just didn't go to their house? Or why are y'all just getting rooms like that? It's a lot of rooms out here, especially cheap ones, hourlies and stuff like that everywhere. I mean, I wasn't going to no hourlies, though, but, yeah, that really is a thing. Like, getting a room. It's, like, something quick. You know, I don't know. But anyway, I really didn't care. Don't tell me how I should have been, because y'all probably think like, girl, it was 2 weeks and you didn't know that man to be getting a room with him and da-da-da-da-da. You shouldn't have gave him your body. But I can't go back in time and change what happened. So I'm just going to be real with y'all and tell y'all my story. But anyway, so I was like, yeah, you could get a room. So y'all wasn't tripping. So he was like, okay, well, I got a lot of errands to run today. He was like, but I could go ahead and go get a room right now. He was like, and I'll just put your name down. He was like, and when you get there, they could just give you an extra key and you could go in if you want to get there before me. He was like, if not, then we could meet up there later. He was like, because I'm gonna get there around like 6. He's like, but I could go get a room right now or whatever. So I'm like, okay, you could get some right now. I'll just meet you there. Like, I'll go. So he's like, okay, I'm thinking about putting my car in the shop today. So are you gonna drive there? Because if so, then you could just he was like, if so, then you could just come pick me up later, like around that time when I'm done. So I'm like, oh no, my car is actually tripping. So I was just gonna get dropped off. I'm gonna just get dropped off or I'm gonna Uber there. But y'all, I was lying. Only reason why I lied is because I'm like, okay, I started to think, put 2 and 2 together. Y'all, for one, I'm never the person that lets somebody use my car. Never. So I knew he was 19, a gang member. You said you had to run errands and you said you had to drop your car off somewhere. 9 times out of 10, if I was to go to that room early, he's gonna come to the room early too and ask could he use my car for the day, and that's not gonna happen. So I lied. I'm like, yeah, my car's tripping. So he's like, all right, it's cool, I'm gonna just take it tomorrow. So I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, give me like an hour, I'm gonna get the room and I'll let you know where it's at. I'm gonna get something nice. So I'm like, all right, cool, because you know, usually when people get rooms and stuff, like when you get in a room real quick, you just get whatever. Like, so I'm thinking like, he gonna get something nice. Oh, I'm gonna take pictures in there. Like, I'm just really just thinking about all this stuff, right? So like an hour go by, he ended up hitting me up and he was just like, all right, I got the room. And I'm like, all right, cool, where it's at? So he's like, yeah, I put your name down. So when you go to the lobby, I told them, they was like, all right, she could just come, say her name, say your name, and we'll give her a key. And I was like, and he told me the room number and all that too. So I'm like, all right, where's it at? So I don't remember the exact name of the room, but if you know, you know. It was on Century. And it was not the Westin, it was not the Marriott, it was not the Hilton, it was not none of those. It was like, I don't remember the exact name, but let's just say it was like the Red Roof Inn. Like, just so y'all could know what I'm talking about. It wasn't nothing nice. So I'm just thinking like, that's nice to him. Damn, where he usually be going? But so he's just like, yeah, you know, on the Red Roof Inn on Century. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool. Mind y'all, I'm not judging him because it's like, I'm really not judging. Like, I've been the worst. Not saying that I just go like, it would be with my boyfriends or something. Like, we don't want to go to each other's house. We'd be like, oh, let's get a room real quick. Or not real quick because we'll stay the night. We'd be like, oh, you want to get a room? And be like, all right, fine. Like, not saying I just go to, I have to explain it because it's going to be somebody in the comments like, so you just was in motels all the time. But you know, it'd be random. Anyway. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm about to go up there right now. So he like, all right, I'm about to go do this, do that, whatever. So at this time, it's probably like 3 o'clock. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna head up there. He said he's gonna be done at 6. So I was just still had to get ready. I'm like, let me shower, fix my hair, whatever, pack me a little spend a night bag and go. So I ended up going there and I parked. It's not like he knew my car anyway, so it didn't matter where I parked at. But I parked not near where the room door was at because he told me the room door before I went to the lobby. so I already knew the room door, so I'm looking, because you already know it's them motels where you could see every room door through the parking lot. So I'm like, okay, no, we was upstairs too. I'm like, no, okay, let me park my car over here. I'm not parking by the door, but he don't know my car anyway, so it don't matter. So I get the key, I end up going upstairs, and I told him I was there. I'm just chilling, right? So y'all, I'm on the phone with my sister, just talking like, oh, okay, yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not too dirty up in here. It's alright, you know, we just talking, we just chilling or whatever. I'm not chilling, I'm chilling. She on the phone with me. So next thing you know, he ended up hitting me up and was all like, hey, I just got here. Are you here? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'm upstairs. Like, I'm in the room or whatever. So he like, all right, I'm finna come upstairs. He's like, are you hungry right now? Because we go get something to eat. Mind y'all, this was our plan. It wasn't just to spend a night and us to do nasty stuff. It was for us to like chill, just chill with each other, hang out, and we was gonna get something to eat, watch movies, and do nasty stuff. You know, like, you know, that's what it was about. So he's like, all right, like, you hungry right now? So I'm like, no, I'm not hungry right now, but like a little later. So he like, all right, cool, me neither, but I'm about to come up in there. So I'm like, all right, girl, I gotta go, because he's gonna come up in here. So I hang up. He come up in there, and you know, it's cool. We just chilling for all of like 10 minutes before it went down. Y'all, it went down. And when I tell y'all, this is the crazy part about it. You ever, especially back then, you ever, when you do something with somebody, like a man or whatever, or a girl, whatever your preference is, you ever do something with somebody for the first time and you be like, I can't wait to tell somebody. Like, you, like, especially when you was younger, I know some people in the comments like, girl, now I don't kiss and tell. But when you was younger, I know for sure you done that. Like, you had to be like, I gotta tell somebody about this, y'all, because when I tell y'all, this boy ate everything. And mind y'all, this was like after the booty man situation, because the booty man situation happened a year before, so that was my first rodeo with that. It wasn't like the booty man, but it was still like this little, I used to be like, when I was thinking about it, y'all, I was really in my head like, this boy must have watched a lot of porn growing up. Like, he must have been on Pornhub all day, all night, because when I say I had never experienced somebody like that, like at 21, like now, you know, when you dealing with a grown man, but anyway, but then it was like, I've never experienced nothing like that, because it was like, I had dated Enemy, you know, he was always on drugs, so it was like, yeah, no. And then Crazy was more of a, like a type of person, like, oh, where's the fun in that, you know, like. And then, oh, we're not gonna speak on Joe. It's too fucking big, you know. And that's, you know, when you just starting out, you be like, wow, that's too much for me. So I had enjoyable times where it was like, you know, the booty man was more of a munch, like we did things, but it was more like he'd like to eat. So I mean, it's like I had cool times, but it was nothing like this. So I was like, when I say it was rounds, I know this is a little TMI, I'm sorry y'all, we went rounds. Like, I was like, this young man, I was gonna say little boy, but that sounds sick if I say that. I'm like, this young man is real, just like a rabbit. It was crazy. I'm like, wow, y'all, I was mind blown. So I ended up falling asleep. I ain't gonna lie, I ended up falling asleep in the room, and after that I woke up probably like an hour later and DJ was gone. He was gone. So I'm like, where he at? So I'm sitting in a room, I'm sitting on the bed for a little bit, and I'm just thinking like, you know, maybe he's outside smoking or something, but I'm thinking like, he could smoke in his room. So I finally go look out the window and I'm like, I don't see his car. So I call him, I'm like, hey, like, where you at, DJ? So he like, oh, I left. He was like, you was sleeping, I didn't want to wake you up, babe. So I went to go pick up my homeboy because he needed a ride and he's trying to kill time before his girlfriend get off work and then he gonna leave with her. He was like, so is it cool if I bring him back there? So I'm just like, okay, sure. You know, I'm thinking like they gonna be in the parking lot or something. So I end up just, you know, getting decent or whatever, and I'm just chilling in the room. So next thing you know, I hear them coming in the room, and I'm just like, what the fuck? So they come in the room or whatever, and it's crazy because one of the pictures, y'all, because while I was in there taking pictures, at this point I looked raggedy. I looked a mess. Mind y'all, we wasn't finna go. I'm looking at the picture right now. I'm gonna end up posting a picture, but we wasn't gonna go get food like that. We had like before, like when he got there, we already kind of agreed we was gonna get some food and bring it back to the room. So he was like, they come in the room or whatever, and at this point I got on some leggings and I put my sweater on because I was kind of cold, and I had a scarf on my head because my hair got messed up because I didn't bring flat irons because I didn't think about that, y'all. So I'm just like looking like I live here or something. So they come in there, and y'all know it's those rooms where the sink is on the outside. So the friend, he's sitting at the, like, on the little fold out little thingy. He's sitting on that little thingy by the sink part, and they just talking. Now they up in the mirror, they taking pictures, they smoking, and they just having them a good old time. Like, I ain't even there, so I'm not tripping, you know. I'm just like, all right, whatever. They just cool, and they just talking about so much stuff. They like, yeah, da 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 da, talking about hood stuff and stuff like that. So then next thing you know, like, the boy phone rung, and he like, hello, and he like, oh, da 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 da, like, he talking. He like, I'm with him right now. I'm with that nigga DJ right now. So DJ like, who is that? Who is that? So then the boy, cause I'm like not in a business, but I'm kind of like looking too, like, but not too obvious. So he like, who is that? So when he didn't say nothing, I kind of like look a little more, and he looked at him, and he was just like, and DJ was like, and he was like, oh, we finna come right now. We finna come right now. He was like, we going right now, bro. We going right now. So he like, baby. All right, don't be mad. Don't be mad. But it's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be real quick. And plus, I'm finna get rid of this nigga. I'm finna get rid of him. So I'm like, what's going on? So he like, all right, what you want to eat? Cause I'm gonna grab you something to eat. I'm gonna grab you something to eat, and I'm gonna get rid of him, and I'm gonna come back. You know, we gonna watch our movies. We gonna chill. We gonna have us a good time. But we about to go. Like, he hyped. Like, he's so hyped. And I'm over here thinking like, ugh. Well, he did just got out of high school not too long ago. But anyway, he was just hyped. Like, he's so hyped. He like, yeah, we finna go. So I'm thinking like, who's on that phone that you so excited for? Like, he was so excited. Like, this boy was so excited. Like, he wanted to start doing jumping jacks and cartwheels. Like, he was so happy. And the boy, he just antsy, like, smiling. I'm just thinking like, what was that about? So I'm like, okay. He like, yeah, it's gonna be real quick. It's gonna be quick. I promise you, we gotta just pull up on a big homie. We gotta just pull up. Man, because when he said that, like, pull up on a big homie, and he was like, man, and then old boy started laughing. He like, yeah, we just gotta go. We gotta go. All right, so I'm be back. All right, babe. All right, wife. Okay, wife. And I'm just like, okay, y'all. I'm just like, all right. So he give me a kiss or whatever. They run out that damn door. They ran, girl, y'all. They ran so fast down them motel stairs that, because I started looking through the window, they ran so fast it looked like they hopped over the damn rail into the parking lot, because they got down there so quick and just drove off, like, left. So he's like, I'm gonna call you when I'm like close by some food after I drop him off to see what you want. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Y'all, he was gone. I'm on the phone with my sister. This boy was gone. When I say he was gone, he would text me to check in, like, you good? Like, I don't want you to feel no type of way. I'm sorry if you feel some type of way. It's just like, you know, it was this was random as hell. Mind y'all, the day that we had got the room, it was on a weekday. So he's like, this was just random, you know, like, we probably should have waited till the weekend, you know, but I'm sorry, like, if you feel some type of way. So I'm like, no, I'm good. You're straight. He's like, you promise? Like, you're not gonna be mad at me? So I'm like, no, I'm good. He's like, okay, all right. I'm just making sure. Like, I'm just making sure. So I'm like, yeah, no, you're fine. Like, I'm not tripping. So next thing you know, I'm on Instagram. Like I said, he was gone for a long time. I'm on Instagram and I'm scrolling, and he posted something. He posted a video. He like, yeah, blah, we just beat them, blah, 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 up in traffic, da, da, da. And it's him and his homeboys, and they laughing. They throwing up gang signs. They like, fuck, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, wait, what just happened? So I'm like, you good? So he like, oh my God, like, babe, I'm gonna come back right now. He was all like, do you want something from, I think he said like Jack in the Box or McDonald's. He didn't give me no good options. So I'm just like, okay, I forgot which one I told him to get. I'm like, yeah, get this. He like, all right, I'm about to get it. I'm about to come back. I'm gonna let you know what happened. So I'm like, all right, mind you, he was probably gone for like 3 hours. He was gone. I was just sitting in that room, y'all, and I was scared to leave in my car because I didn't want him to see me in my car, because I like to say I had no car there. Because now I'm happy I did, because the shit that went down, it was weird, y'all. Oh, I forgot. Let me show y'all the picture, y'all. Look at this picture. I put an emoji, of course, but I was up in that room looking crazy, and I got the picture still because it was in the email with the text and all the other stuff. But anyway, let's finish. So yeah, he comes back in the room. He come back, he hyped. He come back without the boy though, and he like, oh my God, babe. Like, he set the food down, and I'm just like, get into my food, eat it. I go immediately to my food. I don't play no games. I'm finna eat. So I go immediately to my food. I'm like, what happened? Stuffing fries in my mouth without even chewing them. I'm like, yo, what we had? I see your Instagram. So he like, we was in traffic, yo. We was in traffic. It was right there on Crenshaw and Imperial. Like, well, coming up to Crenshaw and Imperial. We in traffic. You know it's traffic because it's after work. I'm like, yeah, He like, yeah. So a car on the side of us, right? I'm like, It was them niggas from blah, blah, blah. I'm like, He like, yeah. So the homie, he turned up. He turned up. So I'm like, he turned up? He like, he turned up. The homie that was just right here? I'm like, that one? That was just sitting right there in that photo thing. He like, he turned up. I'm like, tell me more. So he like, seen him. He rolled down the window. He said, hey, blood, fuck. And I said, yeah, fuck, blah, blah, blah. So I said, oh, you ain't the one. You too low. he too deep in these trenches. Like, you out here game ain't out the go. So he like, yeah. So next thing you know, but then when he's telling his story, I'm thinking like, hold on. Because I be paying attention to details. So I'm like, wait, his homeboy rolled down the window, because how he's facing, like, he's like this. He's saying like the homeboy rolled down his window and was on the window, was like, fuck, da. And he said he leaned over and said it. So either the homeboy started driving or y'all was in the back seat. So then when he's telling me this, I'm like, wait. I'm like, so wait, who was driving? So he like, no, the big homie was driving. We was in the back. So I'm like, oh, okay. I know people probably be annoyed because it's like, girl, listen to the story. But I just like to pay attention to them because it's like, wait, when did y'all get in the car with somebody? But anyway, so he like, yes. He was like, so then they was like, fuck, da. He was like, and then it's like, mind you, it's just so much traffic. He said, so you know what we did? The homie, he's extra, right? He turned up. I'm like, he turned up? He turned up. I'm like, yeah, he turned up. He said, he hop out the car. He opened the door. He trying to open the door. They locked the door. He banging on the window. Open this motherfucker before I break this motherfucker. Get out the car. He like, so we all get out the car. Big homie put the car in park. We get out the car. They hop out the car. We beating their ass. It's 2-on-4. I say, y'all jumped them? He like, yeah, it's 2-on-4. I'm like, it's 2-on-4. So y'all was 4? We was 4. I'm like, oh, okay. Beat them up, bang. Bop. I could have took his little weak ass chain, but I didn't even want to do him like that. And I'm like, wow, okay. I said, so then you came straight here? Like, because I'm trying to think, like, maybe I need to go. Because, you know, you just did something crazy. And you came back straight here. Somebody, you came back. He said, no. I had to get back in my car, you know? I'm like, oh, okay. So where'd you go after that? He like, yeah, we went back. We had to go do something else. Like, he had got a phone call. And we had to go pull up on that real quick. So I'm like, on the big homie that y'all in the car with? Because y'all, at this point, I'm putting two and two together. I'm thinking, like, was it ever a big homie in the car? Or did y'all pull up on females? Because what was that about? Like, I know you probably, he telling me about this, but I'm like, okay, yeah. But what? So I'm like, dang, do you think anybody followed you here? I'm looking at the window. Nah, they didn't follow me. I wasn't even in my car. So I'm like, oh, okay. Well, that's cool. He like, you good. You missed me? You missed daddy? You missed me? So I'm just like, yeah, I missed you or whatever. I'm like, you better not have been outside with no other females. And he like, y'all, when I say he did like, and stared at me, it was like, now we looking at each other like, I'm serious. See, like, I would never do you like that. You're gonna be my wife, my life, y'all. Wifey for lifey. So then I ended up spending the night, and yeah, he left early in the morning because he had to go to court, which I had already knew. That's why I had drove my car there. I knew he was gonna leave before me. So I left and I went home, right? To leave, I'm like, all right, have a good day at court. He left super early because he had to go back home because he didn't bring the clothes he was gonna wear to court. He's letting me know like court was good and all that other stuff. We texted back and forth. He like, yeah, I had so much fun with you. Like, I really love being around you, I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So this is what, let me send, this is the screenshot that I had to screenshot because I had sent it to my sister and to my homegirl, and it was just the most, now when I read it, it's funny, but back then I was just like, oh my god. But now when I read it, it's funny as hell. Let me read this message here. I'm gonna put it on the screen too so y'all can read along. So he ended up texting me after, you know, we spent the night and we did the hook-a-book all night long. And y'all, this is what he texted me. He said, baby, I'm just up thinking about you. You stuck on a nigga, my. Literally. I really like you, ma. I don't know what you done did to me, baby girl, but I like every second of it. I don't know, man. Terrence Howard, I think. It feels like I've been with you. It feels like I've been with for years. He must have said with you. We only seen each other twice. You different from these other females, and I can already tell. You just so perfect in my eyes. Everything about you says wife her. You make me happy. I swear you do. You just don't know, baby. I get motivated to get up. I get motivated to get up. He meant to say in the morning, not I'm the morning. I get motivated to wake up in the morning and get through my day because of you. You give me the joy and excitement every morning when you text me good morning, baby, with the tongue out. And I was sitting the tongue out, like I said, he ate everything. Like, damn, you just got a spell over me, baby. I ain't been this happy in a minute. I've been talking to you on the phone and I be thinking to say I love you, but let me go to the next part. But, and then he put, then I could skip to the next message. So let me put the next message on the screen. But then at the top, I could kind of see what it said right there. He put, then I realized it hasn't been years like it felt like. You got me this sprung this quick, and I can only imagine further. Like, you got me this sprung this quick. I can only imagine further down the line how intense it gets. You a blessing in disguise. God sent you to me with a purpose, baby girl. This ain't happened by mistake. I feel like this is meant to be. As fast as we attached and connected, it's like, damn, I really feel like I've been yours for years. That's That's something special. I really care. What? That's something special. I really care, baby. I really do. I would dead ass go hard for you, right or wrong. I don't care. You still right. And I'm going to be right by your side, tripping with you. And don't mind the 100. And he was dissing the hood when he put that. I want to be right. I want to be able to ride for you, baby girl. I want to be able to show you off to the world. I want to be able to set plans and goals for us, set goals for us in our future. I want to be able to say one day I'm gonna get married to you and it actually happened. I'm tired of, I don't know what the rest of it, because I don't know where the rest of the message is at, y'all, but they probably somewhere in my email somewhere, I don't know. But y'all, I smell cap, y'all. I smell fucking cap. Like, what? But my job, me back then, I was eating that shit. I ate it up like, but my job said he's always sex sweet stuff. But when that message, I was like, I was gonna say his real name, but I'm like, he really loves me. So y'all, like I said, as women, we move fast. So he moving fast too. I'm like, oh my god, like he loves me, y'all, oh my, y'all. So he sent me that, and I sent him back so much stuff like, oh my god, I should have known when he put all them damn emojis. That's a red flag. That was the red flag, all them emojis in that texter. And for one, it was a red flag because it's like, bro, we only kicked it twice. Yeah, we done did the do. But you do not feel that way about me. Like, why are you lying? So yeah, we talking throughout the whole day like normal, right? Mind you, remember about the whole Instagram, how he posts weird stuff on there? So he ended up posting a picture of his best friend and was just like, my best friend's so fine, da 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 da. So I'm just like, you can't wait to show me off to the world, but yeah, you posting your best friend. Talking about she fine. And mind you, we had took our little raggedy pictures. Y'all, think about it. I can see why he ain't want to post them if he didn't post them. Because, y'all, they was raggedy as hell. And I wasn't going to post them neither. But anyway, so, yeah, I did post them on my Snap with a emoji over it, though. But anyway, but not on Instagram. But anyway, so, yeah, he posted that. So I'm like, all right, whatever, let it pass. So we talking, the next day come. When I say, like, sometimes I would text him good morning first, or he'll text me good morning first. But when I say, like, he didn't text me, because I was like, I'm gonna wait for him to text me first this morning. He didn't text me, so I ended up texting him. And it was so dry. Like, it was so dry. Like, it was dry as hell. So I'm just thinking, like, didn't he just text me a paragraph? Like, that whole day, he was so dry. And I would never forget this because this meme stuck in my head for so long. This boy posted a picture, not this day, but it probably was like 2 days later after he sent me that paragraph. But mind you, at this point, he's talking to me, but he's starting to be dry. Like, at this point, he's being so weird. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with him? Like, he had ended up hitting me up and was just like, oh my God, like something I had said to him. And I was just like, you fell asleep or something like that, because he didn't reply back. And he was like, oh my God, you think I'm out here with other bitches? Like, I told you I just want to be with you. Stop trying to confront me. And you know, I ain't even like that. And I'm just like, what is you talking about? Mind you, we're not in no relationship. We never said it was boyfriend, girlfriend, nothing. He just started being so weird so fast. Like, so fast. Like, it was so fast. And he was just like, yeah, so when I'm gonna see you again, we're gonna spend the night again, da 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 da. Like, he just was really just on. I'm like, okay, we could see each other this weekend if you want to. Like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna get another room. So I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, but I want to see you before then. I'm like, all right, cool, you could pull up on me. But I'm like, yeah, but we could see each other, or I'm like, or I could pull up on you or whatever. So he like, all right, cool. So it was one day, y'all, I was supposed to go pull up on him or whatever, right? He hit me up like he was doing something. He was taking so long to reply. Like, he's just being weird. Mind you, you usually talk all day every day. So it kind of got like late, and he was like, yeah, you could still pull up. So I pulled up to his house or whatever, and we in my car, right? We talking, and we just cool, everything cool. So he wanted to do it in the car, y'all. He wanted to do it in the car. So I was like, nah, like, I don't want to. Not like, I was like, yeah, we finna get a room. Like, mind you, this probably was like Thursday. He was gonna get a room. The reason why I didn't want to do it in the car is because he told me this is a good neighborhood, kind of, sort of, but this still his hood. So I'm not about to be slacking, making my car rock, and somebody just come air them out. Like, no, that's not what's finna go down. That's embarrassing as hell to be like, oh, we found your daughter shot up naked in the car. Somebody, y'all, that's embarrassing. That's wild, you know. So I'm just like, So I'm like, no, like, you know. So he kind of got mad. Like, he kind of got so mad, but like, he didn't really show it. But I could tell he had an attitude. He was like, all right, well, I'm finna go in the house. I'm finna go to sleep. So I'm like, all right, bye. So he like, all right, bye, babe. Like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. So when I got home, he wanted to fall asleep on the phone with me, all that, right? So we fall asleep on the phone, y'all. The next day, that Friday, when we were supposed to get a room, This boy posted this meme on Instagram, and I remember it because it doing me bad because I'm like, I thought she was different. Y'all, he posted this meme, and I don't know if y'all probably seen it, but it was like a cartoon like type of meme. It was in black and white, and it was a guy laying down, and he had a long tongue, and it was a lot of girls dragging they cooch across the tongue like a water slide. Like it was a line of girls, and it was a guy laying down like with his long, like a tongue extended, and he posted and was like, mood. Y'all. What? So I was like, this ain't no sub to me because this is multiple people. Like, this is weird, and why would you need it? So I ended up hitting him up, and I was like, you're weird as fuck. Like, you're weird. And he was all like, what the fuck, if you wasn't finna try to give me none yesterday, so I don't know what you tripping for. And he was like, and plus, what the fuck I look like? I'm not about to be just doing that. It's just a meme. Like, I'm just being funny. So I'm like, oh, like you didn't have to throw to you just being funny, like you're not serious in there after you said how I wasn't trying to do something with you, you know? So I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. So he was like, yeah, we still getting a room later. I'm gonna get it tonight though. I'm not gonna get in the daytime. So I'm like, all right, yeah, just hit me. At this point, I'm just like thrown off because I'm like, he's weird. Y'all, when I tell y'all, he started posting the most weirdest memes throughout the whole day. The weirdest memes, like when you fucking with an older girl, when you fucking with an older bitch. I'm 2 years older than you, bro. Like he was posting stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, that's probably to me. Like, but it was like a meme, like when you fucking with an older bitch, they know something. It was something weird. I don't know, but it wasn't. But it was still weird. Like, and then he was posting a lot of weird sexual memes and was all like, "Who wanna see me?" or like looking eyes and stuff like that. So I'm just like, no, this nigga's not. He was posting the most weirdest shit all day. Like when she say pull up and, you know, get it in. He like, who's this? Who's gonna be? Or it'd be like, I want to slut somebody's daughter out, and he'll put looking eyes and be like, who trying to see me? Like it was the most weirdest stuff. So when he finally called me, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, and he got mad because he hit me up and he was like, we still on, like I'm gonna go get the room. So I was like, yeah, mind you, at this point I already knew. I was like, I gotta cut him off. I like you too much, you know, and you fake like me a lot, you know, fake like me a lot with that fake ass paragraph. But I gotta cut him off because I'm like, bro, this nigga is thirsty. Like he's thirsty as hell. Like you really on Instagram asking girls to do like what? But you supposed to be seeing me later? I don't know. He was just too thirsty for me. So I let him get the room, y'all. When he hit me and told me he got it, I stopped replying. I did not reply to him that whole day, and I ended up hitting him up the next day and was like, sorry, I fell asleep. Mind y'all, he probably got the room at like 8 o'clock. I did not fall asleep. He was hot. Like, he went in on me. He was just like, you're just like all the others. Da 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 da. You want to use a nigga for some when it's convenient for you. I want to use you for what? When it's convenient for me? Like, what? Like, he like, you want to use a nigga when it's convenient for you to go on and you to get this, that, and the third. Like, I'm the man. I got needs too. Like, he went left, and I'm just like, DJ, what happened? Like, he went left. He was going in. He was just so mad. He was just like, yeah, I don't got time for that shit. Like, you're weird as fuck. Da da da. I knew you was just like the other ones. I knew it. I just knew it. And I'm just like, okay, like, I thought I wasn't. You just told me in a long paragraph that I wasn't like the others. So I was just like, you know what? I might have been tripping or whatever. I kind of went back and forth with him, and I just stopped replying. Like, I was just like, whatever. Y'all, when I tell y'all that the same day, he posted a picture of his best friend and was all like, my best friend is so fire. We need to have a baby together. That's all LOL. She makes some cute kids. What the fuck? Like, mind you, this girl had a boyfriend. And the boyfriend was from his hood. This shit was just weird. It was weird as hell. And I was just like, oh yeah, he's a weirdo, y'all. So not even a week later, y'all. Not even a week later, this boy posted a girl on his page. And it was him and her. And he posted and said 2 years down, forever to go. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was like, what the... I was hot. When I tell y'all, I was so mad. Yeah, I was going back and forth with my little situationship, but for them 2 weeks that we was talking, I was not doing nothing with crazy or nothing like that. Mind you, yeah, and with all these people, it's protection going on. Like, it wasn't no raw dog. I ain't crazy, you know? Like, you know, I might have been doing some wild things, but I ain't that wild, you know? But I was just so mad. So I hit him up like, what the fuck? You had a girlfriend this whole time? So he was like, me and her figured out we need to get back together because all you bitches is the same. And I realized that I need to wife my queen and da 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 da. Like, he was going in on me. And I was just like, bitch, you're a weirdo. And I blocked him. And I was like, I blocked him on text. He ended up blocking me on Instagram, which I really did not care. Like, I did not care. And it's crazy because what I was saying in the beginning of the story, y'all, is that like probably like in November, he had came and followed me on Instagram and had DM me and was just like, hey, like, how you been? And I don't know why my weird ass replied. And I was just like, good, what about you? But he left me on scene and never replied. Why did I reply, y'all? I don't know why. But it's not like I wanted to like have a conversation or nothing like that. I don't know. I just be like replying to people. But y'all, that's the end of this story, y'all. DJ had me, that was the end. That was really a short-lived situation, y'all. And I used to talk about him, brag to my friends like, he's different, girl. This gonna be different, y'all. And it wasn't giving that at all, y'all. And at that moment in my life, I said, you know what? The Bloods aren't for me. They weren't for me because, you know, like summer love affair that happened the summer of 2016, and you see how that went. And then this guy. After that, did I talk to anybody from like a blood? Y'all know it'd be different hoods, so don't think I'm just talking to people from all the same hoods, like, you know. But I don't think so. I can't remember. Well, at least it ain't coming to mind right now. But y'all, it was just a waste of my time. It was a waste of my time. And I was just like, this nigga's a weirdo. Like, it's a weirdo. Like, bro, you was on a break with your girlfriend. And then it's like, only reason why I didn't get too mad about that is because it's like I was on a break with Crazy. And 9 times out of 10, I probably posted him the next week too. But y'all, but it was just still the fact that, like, what? Why was you texting me all of that? Like, talking about I'm different, I'm gonna be a wife, and you be wanting to say you love me. What is wrong with you? Like, why did you do all of that if you knew like this was just something fun to do while you on a break with her? Like, I don't know. Niggas be weird. And he really was like so y'all weird. But anyway, that's it for this story. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to give your girl follows on my social medias, y'all. I'm about to be coming with some stories because I was sitting here just thinking today was a rainy day and I was sitting in the house just thinking about so many stories, and I'm finna come through with them. So watch out. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. Peace out.